First of all, I apologize for being a little bit late. We had a funeral to go to this morning. We just got out. And I want to introduce you to a couple of people that you don't always get to see when you hear from me. My husband, Bob, who is so good to take me everywhere, do everything, and lets me do all these things. And my very handsome and eligible grandson, Kendall Edmondson, who's here from A&M. Dianne's here. I think we'll have at least one or two. Thank you all so much for being here to help kick off the campaign of a very fantastic congressman. Aren't we lucky here in Denton County to have congressmen? Well, the congressman and I are kind of classmates. We both took our office in 2002. And at that time, we also took out the last Democrat to hold office in Denton County, at least in a partisan office. So for more than a decade, we've been Democrat light or Democrat free in Denton County. Isn't that great? The reason I have to say Democrat light is because there are a few Democrats who hold office in Denton County. You'll find them on city councils and school boards. Nothing that has to have an R or a D after their name. But folks, it may not always be that way. How many of you here have heard about Battleground Texas? You know what that is? Well, for those of you who don't, it is the Democrats' very well-funded, very well-organized, and highly effective plan to turn Texas from a red state to a purple state and then to a blue state. And unless we here in Denton County do what we're supposed to do, that can very well happen. And as our state chairman, Steve Ministeri, has pointed out, if Texas ever goes Democrat in a presidential election, we will probably never again hold the White House. Because of the electoral votes that Texas has, and because of the electoral votes that traditionally and faithfully go blue, Texas is truly the line in the sand for taking back our country. So what's our role here in Denton County? Well, first of all, let me tell you, we are so proud to be considered one of the most red, if not the reddest county, certainly in Texas, but perhaps in the entire country. And it's our job to keep it that way. As I said, we haven't allowed a Democrat to hold partisan office in more than a decade. But they're organizing. They're registering voters. They are motivating their people to get out and vote, not just in their primaries, because they don't care that much about their primary. They're looking at the general election. That's where they're going to come oppose us. So our job in Denton County is to make sure that we continue to do what we have traditionally done and do it even more so. And what is that? Denton County's job is to deliver the largest number of net Republican votes that we can. You know what net is. You all remember that from third grade math. I think they called it arithmetic in third grade. So what the Democrat vote is and what our vote is, the difference between those is the net Republican vote. And normally, Denton County's net Republican vote is enough to offset strongholds of Democrat votes in the rest of the state. Up to 13 counties that go Democrat can be offset by our net Republican vote here in Denton County, including Travis County. Now, you all know what Travis County is. The Socialist Republic of Travis County is what they refer to it there in Austin. So our job is to win, not just for our candidates here in Denton County, but to win statewide as big as possible so that we can continue to carry the rest of the state that goes Democrat. How are we going to do that? Well, that's where we need your help. We are trying to activate as many Republicans as possible here in Denton County for the general election. The first thing we have to do is to identify those Republicans. Here in Denton County, we cast roughly about 300,000, we have about 300,000 registered voters. Of those, about 66% are Republican, about 33% are Democrat. But then, I'm sorry, and I've done my math wrong, but there are about 200,000 what we call swing voters, independent voters, that don't vote in the Republican or the Democrat primary, but many of them vote in the general elections. We have to find those people that are leaning Republican. We have to get them motivated to come vote for our candidates in November so that we can be sure to have the maximum number of votes. We can help do that through our headquarters. We are registering voters there. We're also having various voter registration